Haunted by Alex Lake. My parents are so stupid. One bad grade and I'm grounded for the weekend with no phone. On top of all that, my parents and little sister are leaving and I'm home alone. We're leaving. Bye, honey. I love you, Em's mom said as she was walking down the stairs. Em stomps down the stairs to where her mother is with a nasty look on her face. Aw, hun, I'm sorry you're upset. I hate to ground you. I don't like seeing you sad, her mother said sympathetically. Sure, if you hated grounding me, you wouldn't do it, Em thought to herself. Bye, honey, Em's mother called, walking out the door. Bye, Em said unenthusiastically. Thank goodness they're gone, and I can do whatever I want. Em walked into her living room and turned on the TV.
Ding dong!
The doorbell rang and Em jumped to her feet to go answer it. Hey, Claire, Em said as she opened the door to let her friend in.
It's fine with your parents that I'm here, right?
Claire asked suspiciously. Yeah, I'm just not allowed to go anywhere, Em told her.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Claire asked. I don't know. Let's go eat. I'm starving. Em and Claire walked into the kitchen where there was a box of pizza on the messy counter. Em's mom had been cooking for a party she was going to and had failed to clean up her mess. There were various vegetables, a cutting board, and a large knife.
That is a huge knife. What was your mom doing?
Claire asked, alarmed. She was making a salad for a party she was going to, Em told her with a laugh. Em and Claire ate their pizza and talked for a while, but Claire could not keep her eyes off of the giant knife. When the girls were finished eating, they went into the living room to watch TV. What do you want to watch? Em asked.
I don't care. Oh, let's watch.
Claire responded, but got cut off by a loud bang. Both girls jumped and looked at each other with frightened faces.
What was that?
Claire asked nervously. I'm not sure. It sounded like it came from the laundry room. I'll be right back, Em said, trying to hide the fact that she was scared. Em came back with a baseball bat and motioned for Claire to follow her quietly upstairs. The frightened girls walked over to the laundry room. Em threw open the door and started swinging her baseball bat wildly around her. She stopped and looked at her surroundings. The table in the middle of the room was knocked over and all the clothes were thrown all around the floor. How did that fall over? I've stood on that table before and it hasn't fallen over, Em said, confused and slightly concerned.
That is really strange,
Claire said, trying to think of any plausible ways that could have happened. The girls picked up the table and put the clothes back. They brushed the incident off and went back downstairs like nothing happened. There was the sound of footsteps running up the stairs. The girls exchanged worried glances. Then there was the sound of a door slamming.
Ah!
The girls exclaimed. The girls grabbed each other, terrified. I'll go check it out, Em said, trying to be brave. Em walked into the foyer and looked at the stairs. The laundry room door had been closed. Claire, we left the door to the laundry room open, right? Em asked, slightly concerned.
Yeah, I think so. Why?
Claire said, not paying full attention. It's closed now, Em told her. Em walked back into the living room and noticed Claire on her phone. Claire, what are you doing? Em asked curiously.
What? Oh, I'm calling Jason,
Claire said, still looking down at her phone. Why are you calling Jason? Em asked.
Because I'm scared,
Claire said sheepishly. Em rolled her eyes and sat back down on the couch next to Claire.
Hey Jason, do you want to hear something kind of crazy?
Claire said as Jason answered his phone. Over the phone, Claire and Em explained everything that happened to Jason. Just as they had finished explaining, they jumped at the sound of a loud bang. Jason, did you hear that? Em said hopefully. Yeah, what was that? Jason asked over the phone. The girls walked upstairs and peered nervously into the laundry room. A box of laundry detergent had been knocked over and spilled on the floor. As the girls were looking at it, they noticed it looked as though fingers were spelling out letters. It spelled out the words, "Get out of my house." The girls screamed and ran out of the house. What? What's wrong? Jason asked, scared for his friends over the phone. The girls ran out to the cul-de-sac in front of Em's house and told Jason what had happened. He said he was coming down there and for the girls to wait outside of the house. The door the girls ran out of slammed shut and everything was quiet. About 20 minutes later, Jason's car turned the corner into Em's cul-de-sac. He parked the car and walked over to his terrified friends. Well, I think I'm going to go check out your house, Jason said.
What? No, Jason, you can't go in there,
Claire said. You two wait in the car. I'll be right back, Jason said, trying to be brave as he turned and started walking towards the house. Stopping Jason, Em said, Jason, wait. I'll come with you. Claire was too scared to go with her friends, so she sat in Jason's car and watched them walk up to the house. When they got to the door, Em and Jason exchanged nervous looks. Just as Jason placed his hand on the door handle, the lights in the house started to flicker on and off. Jason threw open the door, and everything stopped. They walked in the house and slowly closed the door. Just as they did, the door locked itself. Em whipped around to face the door and tried to unlock it, but the lock wouldn't budge. Jason, we're locked in, Em said. Well, yeah, let's keep moving, Jason said, trying to stay calm. Em led Jason into the living room to make sure everything was exactly the way it was when Em and Claire had left. Everything seemed to be in order, so they moved on to the kitchen. They were about to move on when Em remembered something. The knife! Em exclaimed. What? Jason asked, confused. There was a huge knife right there. So, there's a huge knife sitting on your counter, and now it's gone? Jason asked, not wanting to believe it. Yeah, Em replied. Spectacular, Jason said sarcastically. Em screamed as a giant knife flew past her head, just missing her, and launched itself into the wall behind her. Em and Jason ran to all the doors in the house frantically, trying to get out, but all of the doors were locked. They were trapped in a house with a ghost trying to murder them with a giant knife. What are we going to do? Jason yelled. I don't know, Em responded. We're gonna die, Em thought to herself. Jason and Em ran frantically around the house. The lights were flashing and TVs and radios kept turning on and off. Wait, I know what to do. Follow me, Em exclaimed as she dragged Jason down the stairs. They were halfway down when everything stopped. What's going on? Is it gone? Jason asked hopefully. The mirror in the foyer fogged and words appeared. You'll never escape. Say goodbye. Then the knife flew at the mirror and it shattered into a million pieces. Em ran down the rest of the stairs with Jason at her heel. Em grabbed the baseball bat she had brought in earlier. She ran over to the door and smashed the glass. She and Jason rushed out of the house and jumped in the car with Claire. The three of them watched the house freak out as they drove away. How in the world am I going to explain all of this to my parents? Wait, how can my neighbors not notice my house freaking out? They have to be able to see it. Why would they not come over and ask what's going on? Suddenly, Em opened her eyes and found herself staring at the ceiling of her spotless living room.
Ding dong!
The doorbell rang and Em got up confused to go answer.
Hey, you look like you've just seen a ghost,
Claire said with a laugh. What? You don't remember? Em said confused.
Remember what?
Claire asked.
You were probably just dreaming.